This random
podcast.
Welcome to another edition of This Random Podcast. I am your host, Rick Sanchez.
And I'm Enzo.
And let's jump right into it. So today's question is, do you have a special bond with someone?
Oh, okay.
All right, I'm just kidding. That's kind of misleading. Because I wanted to bring up the special bond because this is episode 7. And for us, it's episode 007.
All right.
And we're going to talk about Bond.
All right.
Yay.
James Bond.
James Bond. So, how much do you know about James Bond? Because you're kind of a youngster.
To be honest, I know he's like an agent for, is it MI6?
MI6, uh-huh.
Oh, okay. I actually didn't think I would get this. That's it.
Okay.
That he likes martinis and sleeping with girls.
There's typically the Bond girls. So, James Bond has been around for quite a while. I believe it was made by a writer named Ian Fleming. And James Bond has been, I believe that when it comes to, obviously not the books, but when it comes to the movies, there's been like 7, 8 actors. The biggest names have been Sean Connery,
Okay.
Roger Moore, which actually...
Don't know what that is.
Yeah, I was going to say, they both made a movie. They both made Bond movies when I was alive already. But it was towards the end of it. The ones that I remember are Timothy Dalton, Pierce Brosnan.
Okay.
Okay, you know who he is, right?
One. Yeah.
Okay, now we're jumping into your wheelhouse. And the one that you probably know the most, which is Daniel Craig.
Yep.
Okay. So, bringing up James Bond, let me ask you this question. You've only watched Daniel Craig movies?
Yes, only Daniel Craig movies. I watched 3 of them. Yeah. I didn't watch the last 2.
Okay, so I will take that off the table, and we'll leave that for our fans on Instagram to go ahead and answer who their favorite Bond is.
Oh, okay.
Because in this case, I can only answer alone. But I will say for me, for some reason, it was Timothy Dalton, maybe because it was the first Bond that I watched as a kid.
Okay.
But anyways, you guys are welcome. You know, the older you are, the more you get to, well, maybe you just, you like old movies. But let me ask you this. How many Mission Impossible movies have you watched?
I think all of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
And as far as Mission Impossible and Bond, which one do you like more?
Mission Impossible.
Really?
Easy. Ghost Protocol is such a good movie.
Okay.
It's so good. I think I have like that movie memorized.
Okay.
It's so good. I think it's more creative. You know?
Okay, what part? Like the story itself or like the gadgets?
The story of Mission Impossible is more... It's more creative, I guess. Yeah.
Okay.
And I think there's more depth to the protagonist.
Okay, and I like that. I like what you just said. There's more depth. Maybe if you were a fan and you read the books, maybe the books have a little bit more depth to the character itself. Mm-hmm. Because in the Bond series has been going on for so long, and I believe Mission Impossible has too, because there was a TV series for Mission Impossible as well back in the day. But, with the constant changing of Bond, because 007 is a title.
Yeah.
That just moves. And from what I understand, 007 is basically a license to kill.
Right.
That I believe they've sent him, it's something like you send him twice on an assignment, and if he's killed on both assignments, something like that they become 007. That's the understanding. So when they give an agent an assignment and he does that, they get the title, so it just moves on from person to person. So it's not necessarily like in Mission Impossible,
right.
You keep Ethan Hunt.
Yeah.
It's always him.
Right.
But James Bond can be anybody. So I see what you're saying as far as giving depth. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're giving depth to the character, depth to the character. Caramba. Okay. Well, let me ask you this. I'm going to throw another movie in.
All right.
What did you think about 6 Underground? If you guys have watched it.
6 Underground.
I don't know if you guys have watched it. Our listeners.
So
it's worth a watch.
I really liked it.
Okay.
Some parts of it, I watched it again recently.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was a movie that was kind of, they changed the way the movie works, kind of.
Okay.
Because he tells the story of how they get together, but then, spoiler alert, like, bad stuff happens. It's not a spoiler. Never mind. I'm not gonna give you a spoiler. So he tries to tell the story of everybody, like the team, but then the team gets messed up right in the beginning of the movie, and then they have to like find another person. I liked it. It's an interesting concept.
I did too. I thought so. Something I just found out, which I thought was kind of a bummer. They're not going to come out with a part 2. They are not.
Really?
Yes. I was kind of disappointed about
sucks.
that. And then if you've seen Red Notice, which I believe you already did.
Yeah.
Okay. If you haven't, well, whatever at this point. So spoiler alert again. But I thought they were going to tie it in somehow because it would have been ingenious if they would have done it.
Awesome.
It would have been like, and Netflix, if you guys ever listen to this, you guys missed on a huge opportunity because I actually thought Six Underground was good.
Right.
I like the premise of the movie. Reynolds always pulls it off, kind of same character, but it's just he does such a good job at it. You can't really blame the guy.
Yeah, which I really like the concept of, if you're dead, nobody's trying to kill you.
Which I was just going to ask you a question. Would you prefer if you had to pick either one of the characters on Six Underground, and let's just say Ryan Reynolds in this case, I don't remember his name.
Okay.
Or if you had to pick a Tom Cruise character like Ethan Hunt in Mission Impossible.
Okay.
Or if you had to pick a James Bond,
Oh.
which one of those roles would you pick? Not for a movie, but as a lifestyle.
As a lifestyle. Okay, not James Bond, because I'm chill.
Okay.
I think he's too flashy.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Even though he's a spy.
Yeah, he does. Okay.
Ethan Hunt or whatever, the guy from Six Underground. He's one, right? He's one.
Yeah, he's
the
one
six.
of them. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
No, that's right. Did they ever give him his name?
Boy.
I don't remember.
Yeah, he says his name at the end of the movie.
Oh, okay.
I think I would be. Yeah, Ryan Reynolds. I would be number one.
You would be one?
Yeah.
Huh.
Because I feel like, so, with Ethan Hunt, everybody's trying to kill him all the time. Yeah. All the time, dude.
Yeah, that poor guy, dude.
Yeah, it's like he has to find a way to survive all of the time.
Well, the awesome part is, I don't know, like, they always show that he has an upper hand. Like, even though people are coming after him, after his wife, and whatever's happening, it's almost like he has the understanding of what's going to happen to him, and he already has a plan.
Yeah.
So it is kind of cool, but like you said, I mean, it's cool because you actually can fix the problem in a way.
Right.
But yeah, you're not in peace.
Yeah. So the interesting thing about Six Underground is that nobody's chasing them. They go after the bad guys.
Correct.
They
are in charge.
Right. They're trying to make the justice. And of course, at some point, someone's going to be after them. But most of the time, they have the plan of like the attack plan.
Right. And which is why they should have made a part 2, because you can go so many different directions with that. But with Bond, and even with Mission Impossible, because it's based off the same idea that there's a government agency that's telling you what to do.
Yeah.
And James Bond, the same thing. Like, there's constant betrayal. I mean, these guys, James Bond, I always think about it. It's like, dude, really? You sleep with women and you don't even know who they are sometimes, or they try to kill him and then he's got to kill them. All the movies are, if there's a weakness that a guy has, it's a beautiful woman. The guy's alone. He's a good looking dude. Beautiful woman shows up. Next thing you know, they're in bed. And then next thing you know, she's trying to kill him. Surprise. Bond, really? I mean, you're that smart, dude. Come on.
Right.
Great movies. Don't get me wrong. But I have a hard time with that. Like, dude, you're a lot smarter than that. If somebody's trying to kill you, it's going to be that woman.
Right.
So, like you said, in Six Underground, your point is super valid because nobody knows they even exist.
Right.
They're dead already. Kind of sucks, too, because you can't really have a normal life. You would have to have it with one of the quote-unquote dead people.
Yeah.
But, okay. But anyways, because I think at the end of the movie, they actually at the end of Six Underground, they explore the idea that he has a life that he can't enjoy, right? Because they left it open if that kid was his or not.
Right.
You didn't know if he was, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
So, okay. So, James Bond, off the table. Now, I do want to bring up one cool fact. Actually, a couple. But We both know somebody. I'm not going to give his first name.
Okay.
I'm just going to give his middle name and his last name. His middle name is James, and his last name is Bond. Okay? Yeah.
Oh.
I don't want to say his name because of his privacy. But it was hilarious because he had to show me his license that his name was blank Bond, James Bond.
Do I know this person?
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
Okay. So
that's hilarious.
I don't remember, but I remember this story, and this is awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I was like, no, you're out. Because I told him, I was like, dude, it'd be so cool if your name was James. And he's like, it is. And he shows me his license. I'm like, holy moly, dude, your name is blank James Bond. That's hilarious. Which brings me to another one that has nothing to do with James Bond, but it's totally worth mentioning.
Yeah.
Okay, so I know this younger person that I believe it's his. Okay, I'm gonna get
middle
this wrong.
Name?
It's his first or middle name. I don't remember. It's Batman.
Yeah.
I think I told you a story before.
Yeah.
It's Batman, and I would love his mother to tell me this because his mom is hilarious, and she told the story, and I heard it the first time, and she's so animated, and she makes everybody laugh. So I think I missed a piece of the story the way it went. I think I was just on the floor laughing. But the idea was that she allowed him to pick his own name.
Yeah.
When he became 10. I said, hey, what would you like your name to be?
Right.
You know, and he was like, Batman. So he is legally, his name is Batman. I mean, that is awesome.
Yeah, that is really cool. Would you ever do that to your kids?
Let them pick their name? I don't know. I mean, I look at it now and I think it's funny. He's a normal kid. There's nothing wrong with him. I don't know. Maybe I would. I never thought about it.
I think so. Yeah, it's pretty interesting because like your name is supposed to be something serious.
Yeah.
But I think it's awesome that someone would do that, like Batman.
Yeah. I mean, he gave him a little ownership to his name. Yeah, that was interesting. But I started thinking about like, okay, because there's always certain names that will call out or sounds. You know, somebody will call or you'll meet somebody, be like, hey, what's your name? You're like Bond. James Bond. Yeah. You know, just to make it funny. It's so iconic. And I was looking up like iconic figures of all time.
Okay.
I'm going to let you. I was looking at this from, it's called Scroll Droll. And I figured, let me see. I was trying to look up like the most iconic figures of all time of names that, you know, characters that you would know basically across the world. Because depending on where you are in the world, they'll have their own little iconic characters, if you will. But if you had to say like an iconic character, something that's not real, but it's something that gets quoted like James Bond.
Okay.
Take a crack at one and I'll give you one. Just see if you can one of these. I got 10. But iconic figures.
Okay, the first that came to my head is Zorro.
Okay, Zorro.
He doesn't really have like a line, I think. There's like comic. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. I feel like everybody knows him.
Okay, was not on this list.
Okay.
Which I don't necessarily think I agree with this list, but there's some good ones, there's some bad ones.
I don't think I can think of anybody else right now.
Okay, so I'm going to give you some of these. I don't agree with this list at all.
Okay.
But I'm going to say this, it was worth mention. So Sherlock Holmes was a good one.
Oh, okay.
You know, I think we all know, even in South America where I lived in Colombia, if you're looking for something, people would tell you, hey, what do you think of Sherlock?
Yeah.
So that's something that's known worldwide. Number 2, I'm not going to necessarily say it's that big, but the Joker.
Okay.
That's not an iconic name or anything. I was like, yeah, okay. I don't know about that.
Yeah.
They had different ones here that I don't agree with. But one that I found, of course, they're number 7. It's funny, they put it in 7, was James Bond.
Okay.
I was like, okay. Superman.
I
mean, I think that would be, I don't know if I'd call myself Rick Superman. That's kind of messed up name.
Yeah.
Mickey Mouse. Okay.
Sure.
They even had Winnie the Pooh. Mary Poppins.
Okay.
Peter Pan.
Now
we're talking about, this is newer generation. Tony Stark.
Right.
That would be a cool name to have. Dude, if your last name was
Tony
Stark.
Yeah.
Stark. And isn't that Game of Thrones?
It is.
Aren't they the Starks?
They're like the coolest. Like they're the main family pretty much. Yeah, I like that. I like that name. I love that name.
Right.
Can I use it as a middle name for my kids? Stark Rocco.
Oh my gosh.
Does this sound good? No.
What's his first name going to be? I think that's the
Bond. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh gosh. Bond, Stark, Rocco.
Yeah. James. The James is like implied.